Hey everybody, this is Erica, the technology nerd who likes to film stuff, and right here is the BlackBerry Key 2. Now, I didn't have a chance to attend the press event, but they did send one for me to take a look at, so we're going to unbox it. I want to give a little bit of a first impressions, and then over the weekend I'm going to take this with me as I take a plane flight to visit my family, so I will have a chance to get very well acquainted with this pretty quickly. So let's unbox it. Make sure to leave your questions in the comment section below so I can answer them in the full review. Let's check it out. So you can see right here I've got the 64 gigabyte version. I hear that the international one has 128 gigabytes of storage, but what really gets me is that we have now 6 gigabytes of RAM versus what I had on my Key 1, which was 3 gigabytes of RAM. And this was a great phone. I did use it a lot until it started really slowing down. It just did not want to behave with some applications. So I'm hoping that that extra 3 gigabytes of RAM is going to make a difference. So lifting up the lid. And there we go. We've got the device right here. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Ooh, and immediately I noticed that it's lighter than the Key 1 is. And I have to say, just looking at it, it's a much more attractive looking device. I like that it's all black here on the front instead of having this discontinuation of silver at the top. This looks nice. I also saw this came in a black finish. I would have preferred that, as I think it would look really nice and classy. But let's just take all these bits off here. Ooh, I like the back. That's a really nice feeling back. The Key 1 had this really dimply design, where this one is this nice triangle matte type of a rubbery finish. Let's go ahead and pull this off. So same as last year, we have a 4.5-inch display on the front. It's about a 1080p equivalent. And I'm liking that I don't see on the Key 2 these on-screen capacitive keys that are so stark. They're still there. They're just quite hard to see. I haven't even turned this on yet. I've just been holding it in my hand for a few minutes, and wow, I really love the way that this feels. It is a leap and a bound better in feeling than the Key 1 is. So it's made out of a 7000 series aluminum, which helps make it a lot lighter. And you can see that it's not rounded. It's actually kind of squarish and flat with a bit of a chamfer on the sides there. So starting looking at the left-hand side, we have a SIM card tray here, where on the Key 1 we had the power button. Otherwise, it is clean on the left-hand side. Now turning it over, we can see that the power button has migrated. So we now have a textured power button. We've got the convenience key right below it, and then we've got the volume rocker. Whereas on the Key 1, we had the volume rocker and the convenience key. I like that all the buttons are on the right-hand side. That just makes more sense to me. Then at the top, we still have a headphone jack. Very happy to see that. There is a microphone. At the bottom, we've got a speaker, also a microphone, and USB-C charging port, which includes Quick Charge 3.0. And then looking at the back, I also like how this is just really nice and clean and understated. I really didn't care for the look of the Key 1 on the back with this big, huge camera glass here with that bitty lens in the center. And as you can see, we've got a dual camera here. Two 12 megapixel sensors. So we've got the main camera and the telephoto lens. And we've also got the inclusion of portrait mode, which I will like to try out. Let's go ahead and turn this guy on. And as we're waiting for that to turn on, let's go ahead and see what else is in the box. So it looks like we have a compartment that has documentation and also a SIM ejection tool. So this gives us a quick start guide and information about the phone here. And inside the box we have the charging brick. We've got some earbuds. And also the USB-C data and charging cable. So that is all that we have in the box. Okay, so now the phone's all set up. I've had a little bit of time to play around with it, so I want to give a bit of a first impressions. The first thing that I notice about this phone is this keyboard, and I really, really love it. So when we compare it side by side with the Key 1, you can see that the keyboard is higher up, and that's actually because the keys are taller, and this is making a lot of difference for me. It's a lot more comfortable to type on the Key 2 than it is on the Key 1. On the Key 1, I always felt like I was kind of choking down a little bit to get to the keys. But on the Key 2, I feel the keys are comfortably where they should be, so it's a much better experience, less hand cramping for me. That's a good job. The keys also have a matte finish to them instead of a glossy finish. There's one thing I'm noticing about my spacebar is that it sounds overly enthusiastic with its clickiness versus the other keys. So my issue is once I start typing and I start hitting the space bar as I'm typing, the sound is very different, so it's distracting. So I'm finding that difference in the sound to be a little bit annoying. I'll ask them about that. For some people that might not be a big deal, but it stuck out to me immediately like, oh, wow, okay. On a happier note though, I'm really loving this new speed key. This is really, really awesome. So now, no matter where I am in the interface and no matter what app I'm in, I can easily hit the speed key. I can hit the K for keep and it's going to go right underneath my Google Keep application. So I can easily get to applications without having to pull up the recents key, which is not bad as it is. It's just this is more quick. Another thing that I'm noticing that I really like is that the haptic feedback is more strong than it was on the Key 1. It felt pretty weak. It's one of those really small details that's been improved that actually makes a pretty big difference. So when I press here, I can really feel and also hear that zing now. It just gives it a more premium feel. I like that we've got some new camera features, and I did play just a tiny bit with the portrait mode. I'm actually pretty surprised to see how it does with edge detection. So I will definitely take this guy out and see how it does. That'll be saved for a future video. So I really can't say too much more for now, but I'm going to take this, play with this, use this as my main phone for a little bit of time and really see how it does. And already I can tell that it's nice and responsive. It's got a 3,500 milliamp hour battery inside of it. So this should be one of those daily drivers that can really get me through the day. So stay tuned for the full review. Please ask me as many questions as you can possibly think of. So this has been Erica, the technology nerd who likes to film stuff. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you like this video. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of future videos. Let me know if you're excited for the Key 2, and have a good night, you guys. Bye!